Welcome back to the channel, everyone. The start of the 2025-2026 season has been a roller coaster for Manchester United, and all eyes are on the new manager, Ruben Amorim. His job, frankly, his survival at Old Trafford is on the line, and it all comes down to two things: a clear strategy and a complete overhaul of the midfield. The writing is on the wall, and he needs to act fast before the January transfer window even opens. Let's not forget the wake-up call. That painful 3-1 loss to Brentford. It wasn't just the scoreline, it was a strategic mess. Yes, Bruno Fernandes missing that penalty to make it 2-2 was a huge moment, and it shows how fine the margins are in this league. But the real problem was deeper. When you play a high press, you simply cannot leave Harry Maguire as the last man standing. His lack of pace is no secret, and leaving him exposed one-on-one high up the pitch is just asking for trouble. The team needs to be compact, squeezing the space behind the defense. Ever since that game, we've seen United struggle to control the middle of the park, which means fewer chances created and no sustained pressure. But it's not all doom and gloom. There was a glimmer of hope in the 2-0 win against Sunderland. That victory was built on a much calmer, more sensible performance from the midfield. It was measured, composed football, a blueprint for what Amorim needs to build on. A huge part of that clean sheet was the change in goal. Swapping out Altay Bayender for Bart Verbruggen was a masterstroke. Verbruggen brought a calmness and a visible confidence that spread through the entire defense. A confident keeper is the bedrock of a high defensive line, and that's exactly what Bayender needs to learn from. Amorim has to lock down his best 11, and the most urgent area needing attention is that midfield. Now let's talk about the captain, Bruno Fernandes. Since he took the armband, his decision-making in crucial moments has been questionable. We've seen mental lapses and a lack of composure when the team needs it most. You can't ignore the facts. Under his captaincy, United finished 8th and a dismal 15th. A captain has to lead by example, both tactically and emotionally, and Bruno needs to rediscover that cool head. But the bigger crisis, the one that's truly crippling this team, is in defensive midfield. The Premier League is a relentless battle of power, skill, and intensity, and right now our defensive midfielders are crumbling under that pressure. Look at Casemiro. The man is a legend, a 5-time Champions League winner, but his decline is obvious. The performance level he's currently showing just isn't good enough for a club with United's ambitions. It's unsustainable. At the same time, you have Manuel Ugarte, who just seems to drift out of games mentally. He loses focus at critical times, and that's precisely when top opponents pounce and punish you. These individual weaknesses are creating huge gaps for other teams to exploit. In hindsight, letting Scott McTominay go looks like a massive mistake. He just won Serie A with Napoli, playing as an attacking midfielder, scoring goals, and offering that dynamic presence. We failed to replace his height, his physicality, and his goal threat from midfield. It was a failure in squad planning, plain and simple. So, what's Amorim's mission until January? He has to squeeze every last drop of talent from the current squad. That means getting the positioning right and instilling a unified strategy. Bruno needs to play with intelligence, not just passion. Casemiro has to dig deep and increase his work rate dramatically, and Ugarte must find a way to stay focused and play smarter football. But let's be realistic, that's just a temporary fix. The long-term solution requires a ruthless transfer policy. Come January, Amorim needs to be decisive. He must sell both Casemiro and Ugarte and bring in 2 commanding tall midfielders to rebuild the spine of this team. My ideal targets? Denis Zakaria from Switzerland as the new defensive anchor, and the Spanish powerhouse Javi Guerra as the attacking midfielder. Both are over 186 centimeters. They're strong, skillful, and dynamic. They would immediately provide the physical presence and technical quality this midfield is crying out for. As a short-term fix, maybe he could even try Joshua Zirkzee as a makeshift defensive midfielder. Zirkzee is a hard worker and could help shield the defense while starting attacks. For the rest of this season, the goal shouldn't be winning the league. That's unrealistic. The focus has to be on a disciplined match-by-match approach. The philosophy must be built on a cool temperament, focus, hard work, and sensible football. No more getting bogged down and congested in our own half. We need to see quick, one-touch, accurate passing that keeps the ball moving and creates space. Ultimately, consistency is everything. This blend of clear strategy and technical precision, especially in midfield, will be the true test of Ruben Amorim. It's the only way he survives, and it's the only way Manchester United can begin the long climb back to the top. Thanks for watching, everyone. What are your thoughts on the midfield crisis? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the analysis, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content. We'll see you in the next one.